turned?
Obviously, in the second period, you get multiple 2-goal leads, and we don't take care of them.
Morgan said it was just the team's got to kind of close out that kind of situation and play better defensively in that regard.
Well, we gave up 21 shots, so I don't know how poor defensively we were, but we made bad mistakes at bad times that you can't make. That's what we've got to do better. Played a good hockey game. Play that game over 100 times. We probably win it 99 times. But you can't make those types of mistakes through the goaltending, the way Sammy's going through it right now. We can't make those kind of mistakes. We've got to support him better there if we want to win the game. But we score 5. You should win that game nearly every time.
Where Sammy said he's just going to keep putting the work, and where do you as a coach or team kind of move forward when you have a guy that is struggling like he is?
Yeah, listen, we've got an injury in goal right now. So back-to-back type situations like we're in right now, you're going to have to use both your guys. So there's times when we're going to need Sammy. So in between his starts, he's going to have to continue to work and find himself. He's a good goaltender. He's a far better goalie than he's played here this season. So he's got to continue to find himself between now and whenever we get him back in the net. But I'm more focused. Sammy's not going to play tomorrow. But the guys who are on the ice here today are. And I'm more focused on eliminating the types of mistakes that we're making that are making life harder on our team and our goaltender.
This is a group at times this year and last year really kind of didn't make those mistakes and seemed to kind of lock things down. Is there something different this year? We're not maybe getting the same level?
I wouldn't. I've stood here answered these questions for a while. I've gotten these types of questions a lot. I would say that we have made these types of mistakes, and some of the mistakes that we're making are from guys who have been here. So there's no excuse. We were a team that won a playoff series last year. We should be past some of these types of mistakes that we're making. But again, played a good hockey game here tonight, and the mistakes get magnified when you don't get saves. But that's focusing on the result. And to me, there's little things inside the process that the puck never gets to our net if we don't manage it better. They don't shoot that puck at the net in the third period where they score and tie the game if we don't give them the puck in the offensive zone. So those are just things that, to me, when you've got leads especially, you have to be absolutely dialed in, and we haven't been that nearly enough.
When it comes to Ilya, is it just because of the circumstances that there aren't any alternatives you can explore in terms of trying to get his game back? Or?
Well, I think, like I said, you're already into your third goalie with Marty Jones here. Now you're starting to get into our guys that are developing, and you got to think about them and putting them in positions to succeed and not derail their development that's going well. At the same time, it's the NHL, and we need saves, and we need points, and we need wins. So I'm sure Tree is going to consider everything.
How disappointing was that, considering the way you guys kind of started out there in the first period?
Yeah, obviously the outcome isn't what we want. Again, we're happy with the start like we were the other night, and we got to do a better job of hanging on to the lead.
What do you think is key to kind of helping Ilya going through some tough times, and again after a few days, kind of having another game like that?
I think for me, what I'm feeling is just our D breaking the puck out a little bit better. I think if we're able to do that, we're able to get it moving the other way, go play in the offensive zone, spend less time in our zone, and so that's on us.
What's been the mix like with Brody back the last couple of games here now? I know you've been moved around a little bit the last few games.
No, it's been good. I like playing with TJ. He's very steady. He's a good skater. So as a pairing, we're going to look to build to get better.
We see Simon Benoit come in like that with a lot of hits and step up for guys, especially in that second period where things are getting a bit chaotic. What does that say about what he's brought to the team this season.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, that's exactly what I think our group needed at the moment. For him to kind of, jump in there, take that on is great. So as a group, we're happy for him. He had that moment, and we're going to look for more of that moving forward.
Do you look to watch this, take the positives with the quick turnaround against Carolina?
I think so. I think that there's always something to learn. I think as a group, we're going to look to get better, look to improve on a lot of things, and you do that together, and I think you do that by reflecting and working on things and improving on them.
Do you think things kind of got away, especially after that strong start of the first period?
It's a good question. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I think we sat back a little bit too much, especially in that third. We're a team when we're playing well, we're attacking, we're on the forecheck, we're making it hard on teams to get out of their zone. We didn't sustain, I don't think, much O-zone time in that third period, and that team has a lot of skill, can do a lot of things with the puck when you give them space and time throughout the neutral zone and throughout the ice. So, we can't give up that and give up our game for that.
When you say sitting back, are you guys trying to go into defensive mode, kind of protect the lead at that point, later in that situation?
I don't know. I think it's tough to say. It's just a feel thing, really. But we talked about today. Just when their D get eyes up, we want to try to get into our formation, do our thing. Keep them out of the middle, which I thought we did a pretty good job of still. It's just obviously eventually, they do a pretty good job of their forecheck. They got a lot of speed, like I just spoke about. They got a lot of skill. They can make plays. We just got to make sure we stay on our attack, stay on our stuff that we do extremely well, and not get away from that. And I think we did a little bit there in the third, and something that we got to do a better job of.
When Ilya's going through a tough time in goal, he gets a few days to come back and reset, and he has this particular game. Do you say anything to him? Do you just try and play better in front of him? Like, what can you guys do in that situation?
I got a ton of confidence in that guy, and I hope he knows that. I hope he knows that this whole team's behind him, and that's one of the, especially in that position, a lot really does lay on you and rely on you, and we haven't done the greatest job of stopping grade A's against them, and a couple of those goals were definitely grade A's, right in front of the net, hard plays for him to kind of react and stop, so we got to be better in front of him for sure, but I hope he knows that every single guy in this locker room's got a lot of trust in him. We know he's a hell of a goalie. He's shown it throughout the league, throughout the years too, so it's just one of those things that sometimes confidence rolls on you a little bit. You start questioning yourself and questioning what you're doing, and we've all gone through it. I've gone through it a lot throughout my time here, and it's just one of those things of just, we got to play better in front of him for sure. Just let him get his confidence back, and he's made some unbelievable saves for us still to keep that game as it was.
What are you seeing on that first goal there? It looked like the deflection comes right in front of you, but you also set up the play to kind of get it started. Like, what did you see on there? Are you anticipating the puck's going to be right there when you get to the
I think you're ready for it just in case. You never know when bounces are going to come your way. I was honestly pretty nervous that I was going to miss it. So, it was a lucky bounce to come to me there. Just wanted to have my stick on the ice and make sure I was ready to put it in if it did come to me. And but I think just throughout the whole zone there, good backtrack by a couple of us. Good putting pressure on at the blue line, turning over the puck, getting onto offense quickly, making a play to Mo. And like I said, I got a lucky bounce towards me, but you take it.
What do you learn from this, or do you try and wash it quickly with the quick turnaround going up against Carolina here?
Like I just spoke about, don't sit back in the third, don't sit back when we have leads. When we're winning games and playing our best and defending leads is when we're on the attack, still containing O-zone time, still making a lot of plays throughout the zones, and that's what we got to get back to. We just got to trust that we can do that, like we've shown a lot of times, and trust our ability to do that.
Ilya, how did you feel your first game back in a little while here?
Tough game for me, about result. I don't know, a lot of emotion right now after a game. Just need to prepare for the next game. This game over, and if you start thinking too much, it's probably worst. Okay, this first game after Christmas break, and just a heads up, continue to move.
When the weird bounces are happening, are you just trying to just forget about it in that moment, or is it hard with everything else that's been happening with each game that passes?
Last 3 games, I didn't see a lot of lucky about me. Sometimes, maybe just as this period for me, for get better, easy to heads down and just crying, or and be sad. I'm sad about this, but I need to continue to work. Maybe next game, maybe next 3 games. Like he's back. And yeah, just as this period right now. I'm disagree with that, and I'm just try to turn up for me. It's like.
You do seem to be a bit more positive afterwards compared to maybe some other times. Are you starting to feel it a little bit more that it might turn around at some point soon? Just because you don't seem as upset after.
It's hard to say. If you watch some practice, you don't have a problem.
Right.
How I said, it's just a period right now. Just that you got some save, his puck is bounce and go back to you. Fifth goal. Touch some D stick and shoot to the no chance zone. And I don't know. Sometimes we have this, and yeah, I need to continue to work.
I know you mentioned saying that it's more in your head than technique, but what type of technique and skill stuff are you working on to find your game?
We work with everything. If you see what we got in a goalie ice, I get some extra time with goalie coach. We stay after practice too. I just try to work hard. How I said, like he's coming back soon.
I don't know. I think we had a pretty good process. Throughout the first, and I just think in the second after we scored to make it, I think it was 3-1. I think just too much coming back our way, and just a little bit too much high-risk stuff. And they got some really good players. We've seen this team twice now, 3 times in the last 2 weeks. So pretty familiar with the way they like to play and the way they can transition the puck. So I just thought we had some breakdowns, and they got really good players on the other side that can obviously make you pay.
When you look back at the last 2 games, is there a common thread on what you guys can do better in the third to kind of close out games when you have a lead?
Yeah, I just think the way our process in the first when we're attacking and reloading, not giving the other team space, but still offensively, trying to make plays, trying to make the right play and the smart decision, but also not taking our foot off the gas. I think there's a little bit of an in-between there at times when we do have the lead where we just kind of sit back a little bit too much, and there's a time for that at times, but I think it's just a little bit too much of it throughout the game, especially when we're in control of it and have a lead, to give a good team with some high-skilled players a little bit too much time and space.
When Ilya is going through the struggles he is now, he gets a few days off. Everyone had a few days off with the break. What do you do as a teammate to kind of support him through the tough times, particularly after a game like this?
Yeah, we just gotta be there for him, encourage him, support him. We win as a team and we lose as a team, and we're all in this together, and that's how it is. So we can't point the blame on one person, a particular individual. It's on all of us. It's on all the guys that are out on the ice. And like I said throughout the game, decisions that we make as players that affect the game. That like I said, they make plays and they put in the back of our net. So yeah.
What are you seeing with your game as of late, at least offensively? You had one that you thought might have been yours, it wasn't, and then you get another one tonight.
Yeah, I think we've been doing a good job of, forechecking hard, hunting pucks, forcing turnovers in the other way, and just attacking the cage. I think myself and Mitchy have been working well off the puck for each other, and then Izzy's been doing a great job in front of the net, getting in their guy's stick, winning pucks back. So I think the process as a whole has been pretty good, but obviously you just want to keep that going. You always want to do more. So.